It's been a whole week that I've been laid off now. It's been a whole week that I've kind of been trying to get my ducks in a row. I've been massively productive, and that's what this video is about. Is even though I was laid off a week ago, even though that was my main source of income, that was never gonna hold me back. That was never gonna stop me from attaining the goals that I have set out for myself, both long-term goals and short-term goals. Yes, welcome to the Blue Collar Trap. My name is Leo Coys. Recently, I was laid off after working with the same company for 15 years. I've been documenting the process as all this is new to me. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a video, and the videos that I've put out, they're not videos because I'm asking for help or for sympathy. This is a tough situation that I recently found myself in, and one that I honestly should have been prepared for. And like many people in the comments to some of the videos that I put out, they're in the same position. You know, I spoke about how I felt the work has been slowing down and how I've been kind of just gradually seeing a decline in work in my area. Here, I live in Denver, Colorado, and although it seems like the work is booming, there are tons of companies that are having a hard time, not just getting work, but just making ends meet. And unfortunately, I worked for one of those companies. Like I said, for 15 years, I worked for the same company. I do underground utilities, water lines, sewer lines, storm lines, everything that has to do with that type of stuff. And like I said, I never planned for this to happen. So when I started seeing the writing on the walls, even then I failed to plan. I honestly, I saw what was happening, and I kind of was just, I was ignorant to it. And I made a video explaining that situation, and literally the next week I went into work and my boss told me that I was, no longer going to be able to work there. The company was closing. And like I said, I posted about it, and thank you guys to everybody that has reached out. I got massive amounts of support, tons of people leaving positive comments, and people leaving, negative stuff, telling me to grow up and to just look for a new job, and and thank you guys for that as well, because I honestly appreciate you guys watching and interacting in the comments, and just leaving your opinion. About this video today, it's been a whole week that I've been laid off now. It's been a whole week that I've kind of been trying to get my ducks in a row. And I feel like I've maximized my stroke. This whole time that I've been off, I've been massively productive, and that's what this video is about. Is even though I was laid off a week ago, even though that was my main source of income, I'm the breadwinner for the family, that was never gonna hold me back, my homies. That was never gonna stop me from attaining the goals that I have set out for myself, both long-term goals and short-term goals. And losing my job was honestly just the domino that I needed to fall so that the rest of these dominoes could start lining up. In my last video, I talked about one of these guys that reached out to my boss, a fellow pipe layer, a fellow pipe company owner, reached out to my boss and said before I was to go look for work anywhere else, to give him a call. And that's what I did. I told you guys about that, and I kind of left it at I was gonna meet with them later on that day, and the meeting did take place. Before we get to that, I just want to point out one of the comments that I received in one of my videos mentioned how I should reach out or apply to the top 5 most profitable pipe companies in my area. And so I did. And I got called back from 2 of those companies and spoke with them as well. Now, my conversations with the 2 people over the phone, they went as you would expect, right? Just general information. Those companies are not hiring right now, but in the short future, they are going to be hiring. And in my position right now, I need to be making the money. So let me update you guys on the situation. Last week, I went and spoke with the owner of the new company and his project manager. It was a good interview. I felt very confident going into the interview. I told them basically what I wanted for my future, what type of experience I had, what type of situations I've dealt with at work. I mean, and the guy already knows. He's familiar with the owner of the company that I worked for. In fact, we've subbed for them. We've went and done work for them. So this guy is very aware of the abilities and the skill set that I bring with. And so I told them what I wanted. I kind of laid out what I wanted to do as far as responsibilities. And again, I addressed that in my video. I said how, you know, after almost 20 years experience doing the same job and with 15 years at the same company, being the lead pipe layer and the lead man, just literally the step below the foreman, I feel like that's the next logical step for me, is eventually here in my short future is going to be stepping into that type of a role. Now, when I spoke to the company about that, they definitely are going to be needing that type of person, not right now, but in the future. And so when I presented my side or my argument, or I guess what I wanted, they kind of thought that was a bit high for the position that they had in mind for me. And so I said, well, what do you guys have to offer for me? They came back with an offer of $2 less than what I was asking for. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of info. When I left the company, when I got laid off, I felt like I was underpaid. Now, I could have, I addressed how I felt like I was in a bind, how I couldn't really ask for a raise because I was aware of the situation and I was getting paid salary, whether I worked or not, my paycheck was there. So I never felt like I was gonna be able to ask for a raise. When I went and interviewed with this company, I right away put my price substantially higher than what I was making at this past company. So I'm not surprised that they felt what I was asking for was a bit high. Now, I did that because, of course, I was always gonna expect a counter offer, right? It's probably, unless I was underbidding myself, they would have accepted that first offer. And so they came back with a $2 less offer, and it's not a foreman position. However, it's going to be an operating position. I will be more in a loader, a big, huge loader, which I look forward to bringing you guys footage about. And I'm also going to be kind of just helping out with the pipe laying. They have pipe layers there that they would love for me to kind of just go and see how they're doing and possibly give any type of tips, any type of advice or help that I can lend until they see, you know, that I'm more than likely worth it. It's a challenge that I'm ready to accept. Look, I know I'm not going to be walking into the foreman position like I wanted to, and maybe that's a good thing. I feel very confident that if I go to this company and I just do my job, excel at what I know I'm good at, and excel what I know I'm going to do, then there's no reason why this company won't see the potential in me. This getting laid off was the best thing that happened to me. The cards are in my hands, right? And now, I don't know why that guy honked. And now, the future for me has just drastically gotten better. This is what it's all about, and this is why I wanted to document this, because yeah, I could sit here and bitch about how I'm laid off and there's no work and this and that. Well, that's the actual situation. There's no ifs, ands, or maybes or going around it. But I have to do what I can to get my ass out of it. And this opportunity, this job, these guys that showed interest in me, I'm gonna go work with them, my homies. I accepted the offer. I've accepted all the terms. I filled out my paperwork, and today the owner of the company sent me the information so that tomorrow I can go and do my drug tests and then head back to their office to finalize everything, my homies. 1 week after getting laid off and thinking, running through my head all these worst case scenarios and even best case scenarios, I applied myself. And I hope that if somebody watches this video, at least one freaking person watches this video and can understand that even when your back's against the wall, you're gonna have to fight to get out of it. And even if I could just get the message across to one person, to just, like I was told in the comments, even one guy told me, congrats on the job loss, because one door closing is tons more opening. And that, look, if I didn't accept this job with this company so quick, I mean, I need to go to work. I wouldn't mind going and applying to more and more companies, but this one's interested in me. This one wants me to go work for them, and they're gonna be paying me a good amount of money to go work there. I look forward to bringing you guys the content and keeping you guys up to date with my situation. That's encouraging me to make this video, you know, like it's encouraging me to want to share what's going on. And it all happened because I just made that video explaining my situation. Yeah, things are looking up, my homies. We got the job, we accepted the offer, and I cannot wait to start working. I cannot wait to start just applying myself every day and showing what an employee that they have, that they just got. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, you guys motivated me to make more videos about the situation, and you guys motivated me to keep you guys informed about it. Honestly, I'm thankful for it, and I'm thankful for my situation. I'm thankful for the opinions, the insight, and all the comments. Have a blessed one, my homies.